Let's talk about the bottlenecks inside your small business. A bottleneck is a point or points where business slows down. It is the clog that stops your business from creating more growth. Give me the next couple of minutes, and I am going to teach you a very simple tool that you can use to pinpoint your biggest bottleneck. Now, it isn't always what you think it is. This tool will be helpful regardless of the size of your business or your current revenue levels. And once you know what your bottleneck is, you will be able to focus your attention and energy where it will make the biggest impact in your business. Now, every business has a bottleneck. And if you're spending any time or resources on other things instead of fixing this bottleneck, you are putting a band-aid on a wound that actually needs stitches. Just like a drain pipe that has a blockage keeping the water from flowing effectively, your business also has blockages that keep it from growing to its full potential. Now, the simplest way to spot a bottleneck is to look where you are spending the most time inside of your business waiting. Where are you just sitting and waiting? Where is someone else sitting and waiting? That is where your bottleneck is. Things will pile up right in front of your current bottleneck. The good news is there are only 4 possible bottlenecks inside any business. And although it is possible to have more than one bottleneck at a time, there is only one that should be solved first. When business owners come to me to help them with their operational efficiency, one of the big challenges they share is that they are putting in tons of effort, they're doing all the things, but they still aren't getting the results that they want. When this happens, there is only one of 2 reasons. Firstly, you are either trying to solve the wrong problem, or secondly, you are solving too many things at once. When it comes to fixing bottlenecks, the 2 biggest pitfalls business owners fall into is solving the wrong bottleneck and trying to solve multiple bottlenecks at the same time. We're usually wasting time on the wrong bottleneck because we made assumptions instead of looking at our data. Now, this is important because our emotions can fool us, but numbers never lie. To ensure that the right problem, or in this case, the right bottleneck, gets your attention, we need to have metrics inside of your business that we are tracking. Now, don't go anywhere because I am going to tell you exactly which metrics you need to track in about a minute. If you do find yourself in a position where you have multiple bottlenecks, you always want to focus on unblocking one at a time. Turn the dial one variable at a time. We want to treat fixing things inside of our business like an experiment in a lab. You always have a control in an experiment, right? And you're always only testing one thing at a time against the control. This is really important. You want to fix one thing at a time and be able to go back to the original version in case you need to. If you don't, you might not know that you actually broke something that didn't need any fixing in the first place. Okay, so how do we know what bottleneck requires our attention first? With metrics. A metric is a number or a yes/no question that tells you whether something is moving along in your business or not. If you go to the doctor because you feel unwell, he or she will always check your pulse to see whether it's normal, right? And if it isn't, they know that they need to investigate things a little bit further. The pulse is just one of the metrics doctors use to track and make decisions about your treatment. In the same way, metrics inside of your business will give you a snapshot of what is going on in your business. It tells you when things are running smoothly or whether you need to investigate a little bit deeper. It also tells you where you need to investigate first. Now, when it comes to metrics, owners usually fall into one of 2 categories. They either don't track any metrics, and this is usually because they aren't really sure what to track, or they track way too many, which takes a lot of time to collect and analyze. And in the end, they're not really sure what it all means or how they can use all of this information to really move their business forward. Now, it's important to track metrics that matter, metrics that help you make decisions quickly, metrics that tell you something is wrong in a moment. You don't need flashing panels or complex algorithms. Your metrics should be simple. They should be measurable and comparable. So, how do we know which metrics to track? There are 4 distinct phases any business must complete in order to stay up and running. We call this the ACDC framework. That is attract, convert, deliver, and collect. All businesses need these 4 elements. They might not all happen in the exact same order for everyone, but they all need to be in the mix. Your business needs to attract prospects or potential customers, convert those prospects or leads into paying customers, and then deliver what you promised and collect payment for your services. We need to have at least one metric for each category. Again, we don't want too many metrics. We want enough to give us a big picture overview of how things are going. The simpler, the better. Now remember, a metric can be a number, it can be a color range, it can be as simple as, is this thing happening, yes or no? So when we look at the attract element inside of a business, this is where you need to ask yourself the question, how many people see your offer? How many people see the thing that you are selling? In order to sell something, you need people who want what you have to see it or get to your sales vehicle, right? Now, a sales vehicle can be anything like a sales call, an email, a free trial, a webinar, right? But you want to choose a metric that will tell you whether you have enough people who see and enter your sales vehicle in order for your business to hit its revenue numbers. So in my case, my metric that I'm measuring inside of my business is the number of consultations that's booked. I know exactly how many consults I need to book every month in order to hit my revenue goals. The second element is the convert element. And this is where you need to look at how many people say yes to your offer, that is, buy your services. In marketing terms or language, we call this number your conversion rate. This is how many leads or potential customers are converting into paying customers. If that number is below what it needs to be, you may have a convert bottleneck. Then the third element is the deliver element. And this is where you actually deliver what your customers purchased. Now, when we have a deliver bottleneck, we often have clients waiting for their work to get done, complaining that things are taking too long. When you have a wait list of people or the phone is ringing off the hook with clients who want to work with you, and you need to say no, right? Which doesn't sound like a bad problem to have, but it can be extremely overwhelming. Or if you or your team is struggling to deliver quality service and you are all on the edge of burnout, these are clear signs that your current bottleneck is on the delivery side of the business. And if you have a bottleneck in one of these areas that we just covered, attract, convert, deliver, but you do not have the cash flow to fix that bottleneck, then the collect element is probably a bottleneck inside of your business. Now, once you have your metrics and you know what you are measuring and you can find your current bottleneck, you want to focus your efforts on solving or clearing this bottleneck before you do anything else inside of your business. I usually suggest to my private clients that they use the current bottleneck and create a 90-day goal around that bottleneck to clear it. Now, I'm hosting a live 90-minute workshop creating a CEO dashboard inside of your business. Join me and a small group of small business owners and let me help you get clear on exactly what or which metrics you need to measure so that you can easily spot the bottlenecks inside of your business and course correct before the wheels fall off. There are only 10 spaces available in this workshop because I want to give everyone a chance to get one-on-one support from me. So the link to grab your ticket is in the show notes of this episode, wherever you are watching, or you can head over to ilonkaras.com/CEO dashboard. That is ilonkaras.com/CEO dashboard. I'll see you next week.